Welcome to Martini Time. Let's see what the monkey brings up. I like this glass. It's got two monkeys on it. Anyway, so what's in the news? What's in the news? That's what all I know is what's in the news. And what's in the news today, it just broke, was a anonymous op-ed letter in the New York Times from a senior staff White House official breaking the glass and pulling the fire alarm, basically, saying that there's talk in the cabinet to evoke the 25th Amendment, which is the constitutional way to declare that the president is unfit and cannot function in his office. And so the op-ed, which is posted on I reposted on my page, and basically says the root problem is that the president is amoral. Amoral. What does that mean? We usually think of an amoral person as a sociopath. They have no moral center. In other words, they have no reason. They're unpredictable. They change their mind. They do anything of the moment that seems at the moment is good, you see. So there is nothing that references outside reality there. That is what we all depend upon, is that somewhere inside of us, in your family, in your members, in your friends, and even in your enemies, you believe that there is something in that other person that recognizes a common reality. An insane person has no reference to reality, so they live totally in their own reality. So you can't communicate with them because there's nothing common. There has to be something common for communication, for humanity to happen. There has to be something that is common to all of us, and that what our democracy is based upon is that we all have reason as our ground of being. We're all human beings are basically reasonable. Therefore, they can govern themselves. Therefore, they can choose a leader. Therefore, that leader will have the best interest of his country at heart. That's reasonable. This idea of reason is basic to our democracy. So when a person is amoral, basically that means they have no reason. Their reason is held captive by a consciousness that is isolated from reality. So it just bounces around inside this little bubble. Anyway, I entitled this talk, I think it's time for the hero. So just this morning, I lose track, I've been talking about Kaepernick as the Nike hero. And already, I mean, the angry white people are burning my Nikes, in effigy. Burning my Nike shoes in effigy, because they are now associated with a black hero, which is essentially what Kaepernick symbolically represents: somebody who heroically goes against conformity, his assigned role, and takes a knee or some symbolic action that goes against the mainstream. So now he's associated with Nike, so now Nike is being burned in effigy. That's so stupid. While the country is burning down, while the country is crumbling like the Twin Towers, we're preoccupied with pseudo-heroism, pretend heroism. And I don't think, I don't think that we really are able. It's so difficult to wake up to a current, present and real danger. It's so difficult to realize when danger that is not obviously visible, like a tiger running at you. It's so difficult to realize the danger of a president who is out of control. The Caine Mutiny is such a great movie that portrays that. I remember that movie. It's about a naval officer, a captain who was deranged. And the crew knew it, but they didn't do any action until there was a hurricane, and the captain was giving orders that was going to sink the ship. So a lieutenant, the executive officer, took command. And then, of course, they saved the ship, the storm subsided, and he was arrested as a mutant for mutiny. And there was a court trial. And of course, the captain was assumed to be sane. And it didn't look good for the executive officer who took command, who was a hero, until the captain, played by Humphrey Bogart, under the spotlight of the courtroom, began to completely unravel. And right before everyone's eyes, sitting there rolling his big steel balls in his hand, he began to reveal his illness or his dysfunction. And the executive officer was acquitted. So, this is a perfect example of Trump, who is sitting in the spotlight of public media with more and more revelations of the interior of from his ship and his crew, you see, from the Woodward book, from this op-ed, from countless leaks, stories, that the captain is insane. The captain has lost it. The captain is dysfunctional, and we cannot trust the captain, and the ship is in danger. Who is going to speak up? Who is going to step forward and pull the fire alarm? Who is going to be a hero, you see? Even the anonymous staff who wrote the op-ed did it anonymously. Who will put their name to it? Who will? You see, that's what the hero does. The hero is somebody who sacrifices their reputation for a heroic action. Who sacrifices their and risks everything, which the founding fathers did, by the way, when they declared their independence from the king. If they lost the war, they would have been hung. Period. See, that's heroic action. So anyway, I just had that thought and I wanted to share it with you. This is my voice. This is my action. And thanks for dropping in.